Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. You are looking at the Moon Explorer MK3. We built a variation of this. The only difference from last episode to this episode is that I switched out the solid rocket boosters with just basically all liquid boosters. I think we'll get more thrust out of that. And otherwise it's pretty much the exact same as last time. Hopefully it's a good streamlined look that'll get us to the moon. I'm a little bit worried that it's gonna be a little on the heavy side. And if it ends up being like that, then it could create problems and it could become the Minmus lander MK1. But this is gonna be it, guys. So hopefully we get to the moon or Minmus this episode. I wanna land on a surface. I wanna get all that science so that we can start building satellite relays and other launches that need to happen to make this series progress at hopefully a decent pace. So taking a look here, let me just make sure our staging is essentially where I want it. And I can tell you now, it is basically that. So these two side tanks, these are for landing. The main tank here is for takeoff, so hopefully when we take off we'll be using just this and the engine there, and we'll get rid of the landing legs essentially. So the landing legs will just pop off and our capsule itself will lift to the heavens. So let's see if we can do that. Something like that, that, okay. And then these fire during that. These four fire, so we kind of save the fuel in the center for all the boosters. Okay, so staging looks good. Hopefully it flies well. So let's go ahead and launch on this wonderful first mission of today's episode of Kerbal Space Program. So let's check the positioning to the moon. We might want to actually set it as our target. I'll swing around here. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, throttle it up. Let's go. Wow, my ears. Okay, that was loud. Now the nice thing about using all liquid booster stages is, one, I kind of wish I could be doing asparagus staging. For those of you who doesn't or haven't really played Kerbal Space Program, there is a thing called asparagus staging. What that is essentially boosters feed into the center, and that allows you to use more of your engines early, and over time you have plenty of fuel for later. So it's kind of an interesting concept here in Kerbal Space Program, and it's kind of the most common way to get launches to go the way you want it to, but considering we're just using 4 really heavy boosters, it's fine. Alright, at this point we're gonna go 45 degrees and just start getting that speed that we want to see. Hopefully get to the moon here. There we go. There's the speed. Alright, now what's our apoapse like? I'm gonna hold this until pretty close to 70, and now we are going to go straight horizontal. Pick up enough speed as possible here. Hopefully just push that out as far as possible. If we're lucky, we might be able to use a lot of this stage kind of to get us to the moon. If we're unlucky, might have to start using some of these. kind of looks like we're a little unlucky today, to be honest. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we might end up having to use that fuel after all. Not ideal. But with 2 engines, our stopping power is a bit better than if only we had 1. Come on. Is this really not going to be able to make it? Apps basically as close as possible. 31,000 meters. Off to the moon we go. Valentina, gonna be the first Kerbin on the surface of the moon. It's a decent looking vessel. Probably not super realistic with the extra little wings on the side, but you know, usually you'd bring a command module. Like for example, this stage would stay in space. Would bring a command that would go down and then back up. That way you wouldn't have to use this fuel at all. There's the moon. Now the interesting thing is we're kind of going this direction from the planet, but as we get closer to the moon, you'll notice that we kind of get pulled just simply due to its gravitational influence behind it. Which is an odd visual thing to see. Alright, so this is basically as low as we get. So we'll go ahead and start slowing down for the landing here. Oh wow. Okay, wow, we're not gonna have enough fuel at all. Okay, I didn't want to carry these. Okay, we're gonna try and do this off of 1 engine, I suppose. That's just the way it turned out, and we might have to land on the dark side of the moon. Great. Great. Dark side of the moon it is. You guys are gonna just love this landing. Because we're going to use basically 100% of our return fuel on landing. Not really what I wanted to do. The moments where you kind of wish you were landing on mid-mids. Alright, well, since you guys can't see anyways, let's just do this from the cockpit. I think that'll at least be interesting to do. Alright. So, radars. Pretty high. So we're just gonna throttle down. Radar altitude suddenly shifts because of oh wow, that's not good. That's not good. We're about to die. We're about to die. We're about to die. We're about to dead. So I was looking at the wrong radar indicator up there. Okay, that's fine. You don't have any other science, do we? No. We definitely have plenty of lifting power, which is good. So I guess now I'm gonna add a tank on all these stages real quick. Just want to see how much that affects the performance of the vehicle. Okay. So if we can get longer burn on our more powerful engines, it might assist. Or because it's heavier, it's just going to be a net zero gain. So we're going to try this setup. Probably just going to be a net zero gain, isn't it? Okay, we can do that and that. Okay, staging looks fine. Trying for the moon. God, that's a loud one. It's just always loud. Okay, so accelerating. And this time I'm not gonna throttle. This time I'm just gonna let the speed do its thing. Okay, scratch that. At 300 I'm throttling. 300 is really fast for this lower spot. You can see the aerodynamic force is really pushing on the vehicle now. And that always makes me nervous. And we'll just go straight on over to 45. Accelerate back up to full. Vibration starting, heating up due to the atmosphere. I'll hold this for a bit, just until these heat effects go away. Alright, they're away enough. And now completely sideways. Now I am pointing below the horizon a bit here to try and swing the apparatus around a little quicker. I really don't think this changed anything. Really don't think it did. Change a thing. Did it? You know, I didn't used to be this bad at this game. Here we go. So we have half tanks on the side boosters. So let's see if we're going to be able to land this on half tanks. That's about what it was before. Down at a decent click. Probably could have started burning a little sooner. I definitely want to make sure I'm landing on the light side of the moon. On this one, though. And it looks like we will. Alright, here we go. Down. I'm gonna add the additional stage because it looks like we will have to use some of that center core after all. But that's fine. We'll just set at half thrust for a bit. And hopefully when we go to leave, the two sides will be gone, so we'll be lighter. And they are empty now, so they are lighter than if they were full for sure, but I'm gonna go more vertical. So if you go to the right of this a little bit, you're gonna be trying to pull up a little bit more, and it'll stop your horizontal speed a little bit quickly. A little bit more quickly than it would otherwise. Though you'll tend to pick up more vertical speed. So it's a bit of a trade-off. The way I do my landings are I generally just keep the thrust on the whole way, and I try to just manage it, just constantly kind of walk it up and down. I don't do suicide burns because generally I am terrible at trying to calculate distance and time. So we might be landing on a bit of a slope here. Not ideal, but it'll work. Where's my shadow? There it is. Alright. .2 is going to be enough. Cut. Cool. So, just like that, we are on the moon for the very first time. Valentina looks pretty excited about the whole ordeal. We got Kerbin over there by the sun. So let's go ahead, do the science. All the science. So we'll keep that. Get some pressure data. And, you know, I'm going to try and bring back everything that we can here. Log temperature, yes, yes. All right, close. Now, I would plant a flag, and in fact, I think we're gonna go back to mission control real quick. And we're going to let Valentina open the door and head out. So we need to unlock EVA by upgrading the astronaut complex. And I think that should, by default, do it for us. So let's come in here. And have her, oh my. So, just gently fall down. Okay, easy there, Valentina. The first steps on the moon by a Kerbin Valentina looks very happy about the whole ordeal, just blown away about the view, pretty much everything about it. I'm trying to get a screenshot, guys. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna turn that off. So the moon, you know, low gravity, so she can jump quite high. Now, how do you turn on your jetpack again? Jetpack. Jetpack. I forget. I forget how to turn on the jetpack. Okay, that's fine. I don't particularly need one. Anyways, let's go ahead. We'll get an EVA report. We'll plant the flag. As a mission here. Set 9. First landing. RIP. RIP Jeb. F4 respect. Perfect. Alright. Valentina is done with her little jaunt here. Not much to do since she didn't bring a rover or anything like that. Alright. So let's take off here. Trying to remember the jetpack commands. Ah. About pushed over the, Come on. Come on. Come. There we go. There we go. Grab. And board. Whew. Okay. So we are pretty much ready to try to return home. We have a decent amount of fuel. I say decent, but I have a feeling it's not going to be enough. If this was Minmus, I definitely would be pretty confident that we were going to make it. But to be honest, this is going to be not very pretty. So, stage and throttle. And we need to go. Question is, am I going the right way? I think so. I think so. I need to get the moon apoapse. Pretty high here. And we need to basically just leave the moon in a shot and get back to Kerbin. You can see I'm staying really low to the moon initially. And just like that, we have escaped it. Granted, I think I escaped kind of the wrong way. I would have liked to escape more this direction. But that's fine. I think we can make it home nonetheless. Can I make another crew report in here? No. No, I can't. Alright. So with that, we'll leave the moon. We actually go all the way out towards Minmus like this, which is very interesting. Maybe when we go to Minmus, we'll do a gravity assist off the moon, just to try and save some fuel. Could be a good idea to do. All right, and what we'll do is we'll actually have to wait until we are at Apoapis. About to here. And then go retrograde. This is already a 15-day mission. But I want to do retrograde out to here because this is a shorter distance than this. And so I want to work with shorter distances than the longer ones. So you can see kind of getting intersected with the moon there a little bit. Could have created a problem. And that's coming in. I want to see that 40,000 meter approach line. All right, save. Saving is my best friend. So there is Kerbin. There, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right on my mouse. That's the moon. And Minmus. Minmus is off to the right of Kerbin. It's that speck there. So you can actually see everything moving. So the moon's going around, Kerbin's spinning, and this dot probably looks like a pixel to you guys. It's just going around there as well. All right. So a point retrograde. I'm just going to probably quickly ditch. Yeah, I'm just gonna ditch this stage here. So we'll hold retrograde the whole way down, which should do it for us. I'm gonna flip over too. Alright, we are essentially out of orbit. And there is the surface. You guys can see probably nothing. We should start lighting up like a firework here soon. And you always, when you kind of stage, when you're re-entering atmosphere, kind of throw it off to the side. You know, you don't want to risk you slowing down and that thing going quicker than you and hitting you. That has actually happened to me a few times, so keep that in mind when you're designing your re-entry craft. I am hoping that comes in quickly as possible, because I would much rather do at most 2 orbits. We're not yet to periaps, so that's good. It's definitely coming down quick. A lot of speed to burn. We're going 3150 meters a second. I can't see anything else but this giant plume. It actually kind of looks like an arrow spike, right? All this energy getting bled off, and then the cone kind of directing it down. It's kind of an interesting look to it. And we're still not at the lowest point. 10 seconds until we are. Pretty good. I think it's going to be a 2 orbit one. I think so. It could be wrong. We might be able to bleed off enough speed, but considering that we're going back up again, our vertical speed indicator is going up, back up to about 100. I didn't even notice this was a vert speed indicator. For some reason, I never looked at this dial before. Okay, vertical speed is holding at about 100. But we're still in the atmosphere a bit. I mean, the longer we burn here, the better. Vertical speed is past 100. Our surface speed is definitely pretty quick too. We are no BFR. We're not going to be able to just, go to New York to China in, so quickly. I'm going to start speeding up time. There we go. And yeah, so we'll go 2 orbits. That's pretty fine. That's a really safe re-entry, I would say, 2 orbits. So we had a good angle. We probably could have gone in steeper. We have the heat shield, but you are never, 100% sure on how that's going to go when you have it, though. Let's go back into the light. We're gonna get a lot of science, guys. Hello, Moon. We were just at you. Hello, Minmus. We were by you. Alright, retrograde again. So I think this is gonna be a nighttime landing. There's just no way around that, I don't think. With the way this is looking. Alright, heating back up. Getting real hot on this one. Yeah, our periapse is gone, so that basically means we are on final approach here. What is that? Oh, we're going right over the Space Center, guys. I love it when this works out like this. Look at that. It's the Space Center at night. Right beneath us. Guys. No way. No way. We're going to land at the Space Center. That's like the best. These are like unplanned awesome moments that I enjoy so much. Alright, we don't need the drone shoot anymore. Wow. Valentina, kudos to you. You are a good pilot. A really, really good pilot here. Let's rotate this a bit. Just watch as the Space Center comes into view upside down. That's really cool. We need to upgrade the landing script still. Okay. All the science is being returned here today. I didn't know how high it was by looking out the window, so I just came back out here so I can see. Always have bad luck when I have that on. All right, Valentina, recovered. We'll just send a truck out and pick you up. I mean, you're literally a mile away. 332 science. 332 science. Valentina's level 2. And we finished the moon mission to get science from the surface. So we have a lot of money. So we can go to the R&D center real quick at the end of this episode. Take a look. We have enough for not quite 3 items or 4. So what do we get? To be honest, fuel systems. I want to start doing asparagus staging. It's just going to speed everything up. Propulsion systems. And you know what? I'm thinking advanced construction. for some cones. And then we can start carrying some of those multi-stage missions. Yeah. Now we can make a little bit more of a proper looking lander and everything. But with that, we're pretty much at the limit of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are enjoying Kerbal Space Program, do subscribe for more. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below on how well you think Valentina did. And of course, F for respect for Jeb as he is gone. I miss him dearly every day. Ring the bell for more notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know how it's daytime outside, by the way, in here, but outside the building is night. Kerbal technology is weird.